Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again. Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again. Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again.
Zambia's economy has continued to show resilience, and government is determined to ensure consistent growth going ahead. Finance and National Planning Minister Situmbeko Msokotwane says the country has made significant progress in restructuring external debt, but that domestic debt remains a concern.
The domestic debt, that includes the arrears that we owed to that government owed to various institutions, such as the oil suppliers, contractors and so forth, treasury bills and so forth. We agreed that that particular debt should not be restructured, because if it were to be restructured, take the case of treasury bills. You are basically saying banks, which are a major player in this market, individuals, financial institutions, will not pay you as you lent to us. What would that mean? It would mean that you are going to have a banking crisis.
During
Lero bwacha bakamba mu kyalo kyesu kya Zambia ekyaweka Njoy. Abantu baafo bakamba kule mu nfumbwe. More than 20 people balebe pati ni babiri. Bagamba. Fish to arufyanye. People have died. Mumino yabakapokola. The police killing people. Why? In the same government bagamba. Abductions have happened. Bagamba, if you're not with them, it's either you're dead or you're in prison. This government, you're going to change big man. Fish to Arfianya Bakubika Mobes. Fish to Arfianya. Why me? Missing. Achani Rubamwaicho and Dizona. Where is why me? Agent, tell us with your government, where is why me? Give us why me. Justice for why me, big man. Wachila mo HH. Wala tupwisha mega kutupwisha wakamba. Katwale kya kulanda big man. My youth. Maina watata. Sabe tuwasevana. Wakamba. Wanesa tuwakweni. Mujala chetu. Ija Zambia. Twamona mwepwa. Twamona mwepwa. Nama abductions bagamba. Ubu muteko twaleta. Wadulete lama amazala mush. No you can take. Kola ipompa today. No you can take. Apa nomba bade. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakuvota bade. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakufuatika. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakufuatika fuatika. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. When you day at kwe. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Aikona man. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Ita yako. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Yakuliati kwenyu. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mayona batata. Ba mayona batata. Ba youthi. tyentuisule amenso batusendela nomba batwipaila na hope yesu endika chagwalungu watwebela tinanimikwatila plan B nomba twalishiba plan B aba mumino yakwalesa bantu banga abalafa mu kyalo kyesu kya Zambia nibanga abantu abala abducted mu kyalo kyesu kya Zambia bambire kuli jeje banda nibanga abantu abala ba mu prison abena kitotela kilangwa bonze baba prison n'entungulu kina shimbi na shimbi muli one government yakwa ejeje abantu n'abafa mwereza ayigata nomba bayigata kuli endika kyagwalungu atukwatire plan B abakubo byabyo mufulo big band mufulo pa mufulo bilamine batsendela endika kyagwalungu abanomba bane mufulo pa mufulo bakuvota bane mufulo pa mufulo bakufuatika mufulo pa mufulo bakufuatika mufulo pa mufulo kwenyu tayakwa kwe mufulo pa mufulo aikona man mufulo pa mufulo itayakwa mufulo pa mufulo yafuli yaki kwenyu mufulo pa mufulo HH does not mean well for Mother Zambia. Zambia to Asebana, this is not the Mother Zambia that we were left with by our ancestors, our forefathers who fought so hard to liberate us. Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, Nalumino Mundia, Mama Julia Chikamoneka, Simon Mwansaka Pwepwe, they fought so hard to put this country on the map, to put this country where it is today. No man would destroy this country because we believe in unity. One Zambia, one nation, and we shall together we will change, and we are going to change this country.
Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again.
Good day and welcome to today's broadcast. Today, the 24th of July, Thursday, 2025. We're supposed to host acting president of the Patriotic Front, Honorable Given Luwinda, and Tonse Alliance chairperson, Honorable Given Luwinda, former Minister of Justice, former MP for Kabwata for over 20 years, and he's just sent me a message just now that he's unable to make it, and he says we reschedule the broadcast to tomorrow. I regret, because remember yesterday he also regretted because he had gone to Mwembeshi and he couldn't make it on time. And today he says there are these series of meetings and he's only leaving the meetings now, and he feels he may not make it by the time, but we'll see. But that's an apology that I wish to extend. So we've quickly gone to other outstanding issues. The issues regarding our economy, the state of the economy. Msokotwane only has, Dr. Stumbeko Msokotwane only has one budget before the 2026 elections. The budget that he will present is the last one. Can he change anything? Can he resuscitate this economy in the 1 year? Can the foundation that he has laid in the last 4 years change anything, change your lives, change your voting? That is what we are discussing today. We can never run out of things to discuss. And I'll be inviting you to participate. After this song by Blaze, I'll come and provide my critique of the state of the economy and where we're going and where we're coming from. And then I'll invite you to participate. Let's participate. This is our own economy, which marks the development path of our country. Can it be resuscitated ahead of the 2026 elections? Yeah. We have lined up various leaders next week that you will see. Madam Chalakateka, Sean Tembo, and all the others that we haven't covered. I hope to cover them in the coming weeks, including Honorable Given Luwinda. So let's discuss the state of the economy a year before election. Can Musokotwane change anything? Can the foundation they laid change anything? I'll provide my critique just now.
Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again.
Leero bwakya bakamba mu kyalo ky'esu ekya Zambia ekyaweka Njoy. Abantu baafa bakamba kulya mu nfumbwe. More than 20 people balebe epati ni babiri. Bagamba. Fish twarufyanye. People have died. Mumino yabakapokola. The police killing people. Why? In the same government bagamba. Abductions have happened. Bagamba. If you're not with them, it's either you're dead or you're in prison. This government, you're going to change big man. Fish to Arfianya pakukubika office. Fish to Arfianya. Why me? Missing. Achani ruba mwaicho and dishonor. Where is why me? HH, tell us with your government, where is why me? Give us why me. Justice for why me, big man. Wachila mo HH. Wala tupwisha bega kutupwisha bagamba. Tatwale kya kulanda big man. My youth. Maina watata. Sabia tuwasevana. Bagamba. Wanesa tuwakweni. Mujala tetu. Ichi ya Zambia. Tuamona mwepwa. Bagamba. Tuamona mwepwa. Nama objections bagamba. Ubuteko tuwaleta. Wadulete lama amazara mush. No you can take. Kola ipompa chureka. No you can take. Apa nomba bade. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakuvota bade. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakufuatika. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakufuatika fuatika. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. When you die kwa fwe. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Aikona man. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Idaya kwa fwe. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Yakuli yati kwenyu. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mayona batata. Mayona batata. Bayuthi. Tentwisuli amenso. Tentwisuli amenso. Batusendela nomba batwipaila na hope Yesu endika chagwa lungu watubela tinani kwa tila plan B. Nomba tuwadishiba plan B aba mmino ya kualesa. Bantu banga abala fa mucharo chesu cha Zambia. Nibanga abantu abala abducted mucharo chesu cha Zambia. Bambire kuli jeje banda. Nibanga abantu abala ba prison. Abena chitotela chilangwa. Wonse baba prison netunguru shina shimbi. Muri one government ya kwa HH. Abantu naba mweleza. Aikata nomba baikata na kuyetika chakwa lungu atukwatile plan B. Apa kubo vyavyo mufulo big man. Mufulo pa mufulo. Vilabine matzendera yetika chakwa lungu. Apa nomba bade. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakuvota bade. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakufuatika. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakufuatika fuatika. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. When you die kwa fwe. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Aikona man. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Idaya kwa fwe. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Yakuli yati kwenyu. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. HH does not mean well for Mother Zambia. Zambia to Asebana, this is not the Mother Zambia that we were left with by our ancestors, our forefathers who fought so hard to liberate us. Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, Nalumino Mundia, Mama Julia Chikamoneka, Simon Mwansaka Pwepwe, they fought so hard to put this country on the map, to put this country where it is today. No man would destroy this country because we believe in unity. Bamayana batata bapunda to one Zambia, one nation, and we shall together we will change, and we are going to change this government. My name is Blaze Zambia.
Zambia's economy has continued to show resilience, and government is determined to ensure consistent growth going ahead. Finance and National Planning Minister Situmbeko Msokotwane says the country has made significant progress in restructuring external debt, but that domestic debt remains a concern.
The domestic debt, that includes the arrears that we owed to that government owed to various institutions, such as the oil suppliers, contractors and so forth, treasury bills and so forth. We agreed that that particular debt should not be restructured, because if it were to be restructured, take the case of treasury bills. You are basically saying banks, which are a major player in this market, individuals, financial institutions, will not pay you as you lent to us. What would that mean? It would mean that you are going to have a banking crisis.
During a town hall meeting held to reflect on the economy's mid-year budget performance, developments in the economy, and the 2026 to 2028 medium-term budget plan, the finance minister highlighted the mining sector's recovery and the strong growth in the tourism sector.
For some time, it was stuck at about 1 million visitors per year. Now we are registering visitors in excess of 2 million visitors per year.
Secretary to Treasury Felix Nkulukusa gave an outlook of the first quarter, which saw an economic growth rate of 4.5% compared to 2.2% in the first quarter of last year.
We have seen that the developments, the first half of 2025 is now showing the fruits of the investment and the restructuring that we have been doing since 2021. And we are hoping that the trajectory continues in the second half of 2025 and continues in the medium term 2026 to 2028.
Though many challenges still persist that include global market uncertainties, Mr. Nkulukusa said government's focus remains on macroeconomic stability and growth.
I think it's very important that we meet on this mid-year performance review and see where we are as a country. At ZICB, we pride ourselves in supporting the policies of the government, especially in growing small businesses, SMEs. That's why we were established, and we will continue to do that.
Sharon Siame, ZNBC News, Lusaka.
We appear to live in two alternative worlds. The Zambians are living, facing one of the worst cost of living crisis in recent memory. They are also suffering load shedding 2 years on, going to 3 years. One of the worst load shedding we've ever had since the 60s. The state of the economy. And government sings hope. Government is singing that, you know, the foundation that they've laid is going to revive the economy, and they're very hopeful. Minister of Finance, Dr. Situmbeko Msokotwane, only has one budget, 1 year to turn things around. They are pointing to the exchange rate. We don't know what they are manipulating. They are pointing to a surge in copper production. They say for the first time we might reach the target of 1 million metric tons. They are pointing to the recruitment of workers and health workers and teachers, and they said we've employed in excess of 60,000 people so far. You and I know that's recruitment. You and I know that's actually even a red flag, because you have an economy that's spending about 52% of its domestic resources. Literally, your national budget is being spent on civil servants that are just about 300,000. What about projects for the 19, 20 million people? If 50% of the national budget is being spent on just salaries and wages for the public sector. So if they've even increased by 60, 70,000 more in recruitment, they've bloated that budget, that wage bill for domestic workers who are only about 300,000. So for me, that recruitment is never something I'm pleased, never pleased, because I understand the effect and the resource constraint where it depletes programs for projects, national projects, where it depletes money for infrastructure, where it depletes for growth in the economy, because you are paying consumption. You are paying your own people just about 300,000. If you put 20% the cost of running business, your budget, national budget, stretches to 70% already. If you put debt servicing, that comes to 90%, then only 10% is left for our people to fend for. So these hopeful figures they like giving, I want you and I to scrutinize them. The surge in copper production, as they are saying, that they are going to revive Luansha 28 shaft, which they've been dewatering, and dewatering is supposed to go on up to 2026. They are hopeful that projects like Mingomba, projects by Cobalt, and the other mines have opened, Mopani and KCM, they are hopeful. And the projects that First Quantum is putting in, that the copper production will rise, and therefore that will spur stability for foreign exchange. It will spur stability to the economy. But, and a very big but, does it change the life of our people? Who owns the mines? Even if you have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million metric tons, where does the money go? It goes to the owners. If ZCCMIH doesn't have shareholding in some of the largest large-scale mines in the country, there is no income for Zambia at all, other than the pay as you earn and the little contributions they will pay. We know that our country is one of those countries with very favorable conditions for the mine houses. So they walk away with larger profits. And when they include the cheating, Zambia remains nothing. On paper, we'll have exported $7-8 billion worth of copper, but the return to the treasury, the return and benefits to our people is nothing to talk home about. Look at Solwezi, 20 years on mining from 1998. Some of the largest mines in the world and in Africa are in Northwestern Province. Look at the state of the roads. Look at the road between Solwezi and Mwinilunga. Look at the state of Northwestern Province. Look at the state of housing. Yet there has been this huge influx. Why isn't there corresponding investment to these areas? So today, you'll be able to call us on that number, and I'm opening the floor because I want us to share this debate together. I am not hopeful that there's anything, let me state my position. I'm not hopeful that there's anything that Honorable Msokotwane can achieve in the next 1 year. I'm very firm. Reasons is first, he relies on borrowings. He's borrowed at a far faster rate than any other Minister of Finance in a short period. This is a man with a record of borrowing. He came in 2008. He was a special assistant to the President for Economic Affairs for Mwanawasa. When Mwanawasa died, Rupia Banda, who was the Vice President, made him Minister of Finance. And when he came, by the time he left office, he had ballooned the debt from $500 million to $3.8 million by 2011. He loves to rely on loans, and he has done the same. While they are celebrating debt restructure from 2021, and they're saying that the $11.9 billion they found has been restructured, the $6.5 billion with China, they are yet to restructure the debt with the private sector of $3 billion and the other loans. Again, he has ballooned our foreign debt. He's borrowed about $4 billion in a period of between 2021 and 2025. He has a pending request with the International Monetary Fund, is looking for $1.5 billion. So Mr. Msokotwane uses very archaic methods. He doesn't believe that he should he should make the mines pay just, fair, and reasonable taxes. He doesn't think that he should do that. He thinks he should borrow from the IMF to run our economy. He has failed, as you heard, to restructure the local debt. But you cannot have a debt of almost $11 billion. That's your people's money, okay? You are worried about $11 billion that you owe foreigners. But what about the $11 billion you owe our people? Why don't you pay and clear so that the economy runs? But Mr. Msokotwane is like that. If you've seen his economic approach and his economic philosophy, he has to borrow. He borrows, then he runs a budget. And when he runs a budget, then he says there's economic growth. Then he allows the mines to dig as much copper as possible in a short period. And when you have those export numbers, you'll be pointing to the export numbers and you'll be telling you that look at our growth, look at our economic growth, but growth that doesn't translate to any meaningful support to your... I've said the lines should be open. I don't want to speak alone. I want to speak with you and reason with you. I have my first caller. I suspect this is Mr. Patrick Chilufya from the United Kingdom. Patrick, is that you?
Yes, Bamwamba. Thank you so much. Yeah, good evening, Ambassador. Good evening, fellow Zambians. Yeah, Bamwamba, I'm going to be objective, but I want to emphatically say that nothing is going to happen with Msokotwane in that office. And I'll justify that. It's not because I hate Msokotwane, but I'll justify that. Yes, there have been gains. The economy has grown 4.5%. They've employed teachers, and they've restructured the debt, though it's not completely done. But Bamwamba, 4.5%. If you remember, under Mwanawasa, the economy grew for about 6-7 years. I think 8 years, from 2003 to 2011. It grew average 6.6%. In 2010, in 2010, I think, we recorded 10.3, which is the highest in history since 1969. But Mwanawasa lamented that despite all that, GDP growth, Zambians are still suffering, and it's still happening. But when you look at Mwanawasa, things improved so much. Per capita income increased. But this is not the case now. Zambians are suffering, Bamwamba. Bamwamba, I traveled from Livingstone up to Zambezi. When you talk to Zambians, you cry. Somebody told me, when I was arriving in Kitwe, somebody told me, what is Shanvash promise? I said, you want to promise? I said, no, wakateko kulusaka. Kai bachitake promise, but tabachitana ni fulfill. And then if you no by no sta cooking out to bomb fiafe to bali. To bali to unshi. Ela wantola pat sokoni. Bayandanga kaka the smallest sachet of cooking oil. Bali can name at kabali. Can you believe it? This is how bad things have become. You remember the president, sachets?
Yes.
He was almost crying when he was lifting Utuma sachets during the campaign. So, but Bamwamba, macroeconomic gains, which we see now happening, they are nothing unless they translate into the household, food on the table. Unless they, they reduce the cost of living. Yeah. As you said, Zambia has one of the highest cost of living, probably in the world. Because I live in the UK. When I come to Zambia, gonna change and what £100, this stuff disappear, which is a lot of money for UK. £100. Nani basket, nani trolley, no. So electricity, how do you develop without electricity? How do people, because most Zambians don't work. I heard a comment somebody was saying, the gains in the kwacha, I think it's Mwetwa. Today, He's saying the gains in the Kwacha, most of the people cannot feed because Tawawomba. They're not hard workers. They are not. How do you work without electricity? And how do a barber shop work without electricity? How do a saloon owner work? These are the jobs Zambians should be doing. How is a plumber, a carpenter work without electricity? How do those guys in Kalingalinga, Amapangama gates, Nama doors, door frames, Nama window frames, how do they survive without electricity? Then the other thing is there's no cheap capital. You know, Zambian businesses, you know, Kuma mines everywhere, they are struggling because no bank will give money to a Zambian. And a lot of economies, they provide cheap capital. And then the high debt. You know, this is Musokotwane, who is very well known for borrowing. As you mentioned, when Mwanawasa died, you remember we just attended HIPIC, you know. Yeah. So we were at zero. And Mwanawasa and Manga, they were very, very careful. You remember they introduced, because they realized that the mines, I'll talk about that. The mines, you know, we will never win with the mines. So Mwanawasa came up with something which the mines could not dribble us. And introduced windfall tax, which brought about $485 million, 2008. What happened when Mwanawasa when Musokotwane became Prime Minister of Finance? He stopped it. And then he started borrowing. So people say that PF managed to borrow. The borrowing was actually started by Musokotwane. If the PF never won, Sata never won, the borrowing would have been the same. And I can justify that.
Higher. It would have been higher. If a man can borrow $3.8 billion in 3 years, in 2008 and 2011. Yeah.
But Mwamba figures don't lie. The rate at which is borrowing now. But PF, and I'll see that, despite borrowing, Lusaka had change. I don't know Lusaka Mwamba. After you know that COVID period and all that, Shai Shebo Kuzambi. Besides some Zambia 2022 na laluba kuna nkulongeka na sangaba fly over bridges. You know, but the problem here with PF is Lungu, may so rest in peace, was weak. They were inflating expenses. You know, but Lungu did something for that money he borrowed. But Musokotwane now is borrowing almost at the same rate. Even internally, we've got a huge debt.
Yeah.
So there's no difference, but the only difference is we can see what Lungu did. You know, though there was corruption, that we cannot refute it. And people are stealing through the projects. They were inflating the projects. But you could see something done. You know, you can see the airports, you can see everything. Roads have been done, townships. Now, mining, Mwamba.
Yes.
Very important sector in our economy. And I always say this, Mwamba, no economy can grow without harnessing their God-given resources.
Yes.
Mining, Bamwamba, if we say we are going to tax them, they will transfer pricing. They will transfer price. They will do tax avoidance. They will do tax evasion. If we say we're gonna use the royalties, they will cook production because we don't own the mines. We are minority shareholders. So the solution, Mwamba, it's either we control the mines, that is 51%, or we go on a joint venture, and it can happen. Most of the mines we own about 20-something%. Mopani we own 49%. So all we need to increase is 1% or 2%. Getting the money to do that won't be a problem. Kaunda, in 1969, he realized that because Bamwamba, no foreigner will develop Zambia. Because they have no national interest. They are not patriotic. And how do you leave the highest contributor of the GDP in your country to foreigners? Who are not patriotic? You're only patriotic to your country.
Thank you, Vane. Can you quickly wind up?
Let me just finish the last point. So, Zambia can only develop by Zambians.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Musogotwane, I doubt. Yes, the figures will go up 6%, 7%, but Zambians will still suffer. Not until Zambians start getting involved in serious business. You know, small-scale mining, fund Zambians. You know, small-scale farming, especially farming, fund Zambians. I rest my case, Bamwa.
Thank you very much. The lines are open. That was Patrick Chilufya from the United Kingdom. Today, I'm trying again to see if my internal network will work. Thanks to Brian, Brian Matamboy, he called me and said, "Why don't you try this?" So let's see if my network will work on this number. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, Ambassador.
Yes, good evening.
Ambassador.
Can you hear me? Yes. Make your contribution, my brother. You are on. Do we still have the lag? Hello? I can hear you.
Ambassador.
Yes, I can hear you. Make your contribution.
Anonymous to Ambassador.
Oh, wonderful, Anonymous. Make your contribution.
Hello? Good evening, Ambassador.
Good evening.
Yes, I can hear you, Ambassador.
Yes, wonderful.
Hello?
Make your contribution.
Okay, Ambassador, no, I just want to talk about this landlady. Can you explain a bit about it?
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Yes, we can. Okay.
Yes, yeah, I was saying, lands. What? What the president was talking about. Can you at least simplify what's going on?
Good, we'll do that. Thank you. If this phone is a problem, we'll revert to manual. Let's see how it performs. Hello, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Please tell us your name and make your contributions.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, okay. What I wanted to say is that people are celebrating that teachers were employed and other civil servants. But on the expense of that, due to load shedding. Hello, are you getting me?
Yes, I am.
Anonymous.
Yes, please proceed. We can hear you very clearly.
Right, I'm saying that I'm anonymous. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Please proceed. Okay. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. I think this is Honorable Sencho Banda. Okay, so I'll revert. Let me just disconnect my line from Bluetooth. If Honorable Sencho Banda can just hold on. I'm yet to resolve this issue. Honorable Sencho Banda, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Oh, this is Honorable Banda.
Yes.
Calling from Lusaka.
Yeah. And thank you for your query to ECZ. I saw the Electoral Commission of Zambia responded to you.
Yes. And obviously, I did actually get back to them, and I've still stated my stand over the issue I raised, which borders on law and also the constitutional oversight. And basically that's that.
Well done. We have to put them on their toes.
Yeah.
Make your contribution.
Yeah, firstly, allow me to underscore that any government which wants to make a difference in people's lives, especially with the promises which the UPND government, when they got into office, already the country had soaring cost of living, and as well as the debt were going up, and the various sectors of the economy actually were not doing well. We expected actually that they do better. Looking at the state of the economy and the key sectors which are at the core of driving the economy, energy and mining. And how this government has managed these sectors is responsible, is at the core on how our economy is running, is performing right now. Of course, they would say, oh yes, we employed teachers, but there are costs to the treasury. Oh yes, CDF is working, but the effects of CDF are not transformational. They're just incremental in view of the policies which the UPND government pursued in these two key thematic areas. For example, energy. If you look at energy, to be specific, electricity, how it has been handled, you and me know very well. Any country which is going to develop or which has developed is that which has got access to reliable energy. And as such, our government, right from the start, they should have prioritized to ensure that our Zambians have access to reliable energy. And if you talk about Zambians, I'm talking about people with saloons, butcheries, bakeries, and so on and so forth, because this constitutes a huge number of statistics for those who contribute to the national economy. But the story has been opposite. Right from the start, they continued exporting power, and even in the event that they say, oh, yes, we've done some intervention, the impact has not been felt. Let me give a critical example. Last year, almost this same period, a quarter, in terms of electricity, Zambezi River Authority gave us about 8.5 billion cubic meters of water, and the load shedding was between 8 hours to 21. Okay, compared to this year's quarter, we have actually we were given about 13.5 billion cubics of liters of water, and on top of that, in February we had 259 megawatts coming on the grid. Not only that, we cut down export from 590 to 150 thereabout. Not only that, we've got what is called Itipa plant, solar plants coming on grid with 60 megawatts. Just recently, in Chisamba, we had the Chisamba solar plant coming on board with actually 100 megawatts. But if you look at, in comparison to the previous quarter, the situation has even gotten worse. The question which begs an answer, where is the excess? The excess is as a result of the policy pursuant which this government has taken. It has taken it's business-centric. People who are benefiting are those in the corporate world. A good example, the one from Chisamba, the president promised that actually it will hinder on reducing the load shedding, but the off-takers were actually first quantum minerals. So, and if you go in the petroleum sector again, you look at right from the start, when they were campaigning, said, okay, this pricing of PF in terms of diesel and petrol is because of middleman. They came in. What did they do? There was a single sourcing. Okay, right until last year, and that pricing was over the roof, and who was paying for it? It's a Zambians. And if you go to the mining sector, the story is the same. If you remember very well, why I'm saying that the policy focus of this government is more of business. Let me give an example. In 2024, if I'm not mistaken, 2023, the government through ZRI reduced the tax of face quantum minerals from 1 billion to 23 million kwacha. Why would you do?
Oh, we seem to have lost my dear brother, Honorable Sencho Bandand is asking. Are you there? Okay.
Hello?
Yes, are you there?
Okay.
Kindly wind up.
The list of mines, the mining sector actually, equally, we haven't had an equitable mining policy. And if you talk about the production of copper, which from 2021 was 103,000, reduced to 763,000.
Okay, his network is failing. The lines are open. We are discussing the state of the economy. You can make your contributions. Let's hear from you. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
This is Chimbakabalala.
Chimbakabalala, make your contributions.
Okay. I'm a little bit behind today. Let me begin by saying we are very grateful, Honorable Mamba, with the work that you are doing. We are even looking forward to a time or a moment when we can give us details on how we can contribute financially towards your work that you are doing, because you're not doing this job for yourself. You are doing for the masses here in Zambia. So we really look forward to that. However, let me talk about just one item to do with the audio recording that we had. And yesterday I had a comment from a person who said he's from Chipata and was saying the boss is busy with economical issues, so he cannot attend to such an issue. I feel that kind of a position lacks a sense of humor. One of the biggest problems these guys have, they don't have a sense of humor. You see, they don't have Ubuntu in them. They feel they can do anything they want, however they want.
They don't have a sense of humanity. A sense of humor is something else, but I think you mean a sense of humanity.
Yes, I mean the sense of humanity.
Yeah,
a sense
thank
of Ubuntu,
you.
Honorable. They're able to do anything without even taking into consideration that abantu that is why we are seeing people, former excellence, the 6th president, being neglected to that extent. Do you see it? Even being denied to queer for medical review. That shows what abantu.
Thank you, my brother. You can wind up quickly.
So I'm appealing to you. Work hard and please open up. We need to work as a team, and some of us are willing to do whatever we can to contribute to ensure that as a team or as a nation, we liberate this country.
Thank you very much, my brother. I'm grateful. God bless you. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Bamwamba.
Good evening.
Nalaba fi anonymous mkwai.
Mkwai, you are allowed.
Okay, nena la komenta ko pa fya economy fimlela ndam kwai.
Mkwai.
And therefore kulanda ko kuli ba blue beswa ba northwestern because nga tulera ndapama mine na pampia shafu mu Zambia. Nga tulefo kuba pakati tufule tule bachita consider bali abantu bala chita safa pollution bambi kulu mwana balire mano mlandu wa yule nyamu. So afyo ningalanda kofia kwe bate aba nenso aba ku northwestern tamwaka chitena ngu benefit nangu muli fimo muli ba UPND bali mibepo bufi no kumibomfya kwe bati pantu mo bakaze ndwabo kwali be ichi bululu ichi shibomba tapali balabantu bale babonfyafye tababapenda tabatemwa tababachindika ukuvota bavota ba ku Northwestern lero pakupera efifulo ba Hakainde bapera fe ba bululu shabo beka ku Northwestern mwafuma fe katwishinga ni batatu katwishinga ni babiri abafumamo ebo tumonako feta mwaba fyonse efifulo batwala ku myabo. So sarapuke ntubombere pamoza.
My dear sister, are you from Northwestern Province?
Me, I'm from Northwestern. I can
Speak your language. Speak your language.
Barongo bami mbena kuimiromba we muntu rangwa atumba twamutemwa twamuvotejire ke tukaja burongone kana atu ya teba bwene tuibike ko tuikwate na bakwetu bakwabo Hakainde bubera bo babe pane ma promises abo ko kwa bya vujisha keba kebyubane akajira wanyantanga jami nenzi kuna na ashiki ma university ma airport nyikwa kwa kosi ku Northwestern kwekala karunkungu woko siyuma yidiku 5 years na hiti kosi no jakenzana kunyire jakenzana kunyidimba kuno akai neya nyikenga mwadi kuimwe na ifuru kosi ya nenkika ondira karunda mosi nota nyidimba nenku wantanga jau so izatire no akwenu amuna wakwenu ejima adi Muzambia. Munefuko baka usoko bami. Tuambulula uno mujimbu. Hakainde kechi batuzanga koko. Bapakana kutuzachi shaka kaha. So tutoni hohu. Tuzatiri amuna Zambia yejima Hakainde tuingiri mutupaturura. Tupaturura tukakwasha wanyi abe mbani wena. Hiye na Zambia ya antanga yetu. Aku chipata nwena hiye antanga yetu. Ejima wawiye na Zambia. Kanda mjitare ngoja usoko. Haka ishikanyitwa la kutukwejima wanyi. Tare nurunkungu rumunadi. Iu muntu ne wadinga wanyikenga wadi kunyiri la utuwela kachumera kamu. Mumwena kunenu. Iu muntu wa unakutuire meka. Iranga dinune. Ne mwaka ya tuna kumusha achitwa muna kumuremesha na kunona na mahetia ejima na kuinka kwa makopa na muna kumana na kuita na kuinka oa kwao kosi ishina kutuirira ikuna kwetu shika rumburukani so nanyirembere nanyisakirira ntanga jami nerukira michuma chakara iranga dinu muchite eji dichocheni china chihoshi na atotera bamwamba.
Thank you very much. It's more authentic that way because they'll just accuse you that you're masquerading, and I'm glad that you spoke in that manner. And thank you very much. This is what we are talking about: is that you cannot allow the billions just to go to and make billionaires. You know, the emerald mine. Zambia is now the largest producer of emeralds, and our emeralds are quite very clear, crystal clear, and the green itself, the best. We've overtaken Colombia. But who benefits? They live in Paris and they make billions of dollars. Who benefits from our copper mines? Who benefits? Edgar Lungu had done them a favor. Mopani and KCM now belong to the people of Zambia. What did they do? They just gave them away. Good evening. Tell us your name and where you are calling us from and make your contributions. Good evening. My brother, you're not very clear. Okay, Anonymous. Maybe don't put on speaker, just speak, put your phone on your ears.
All right, Ambassador, thank you.
Yeah, now that's better, that's clear. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Ambassador, this Musokotwane, the issue that Mlera and Poyaba Musokotwane, I don't know the steps that you, the opposition, are thinking, because so we don't know what the opposition are going to do in an event that you form government to avoid this appetite for borrowing that we have seen. We just urge you to organize yourselves because they will not stop unless they are stopped by the ballot. So you have got the support of the Zambian people, and those people that have got desires to lead at all costs. You know, we cannot all be leaders at the same time. We expect that people from the opposition will be more organized and allow one person to lead and rally behind that particular candidate. And I can assure you that the Zambian people will go with you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much. I fear and shudder Honorable Msokotwane's economic policies. They are also President Hakainde Hichilema'S economic policies because he touts them as his. He touts them as his own success. So we need to understand that those policies will never emancipate our people. They'll make billionaires out of foreigners, but never Zambians. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
My name is Kafunga, calling in from Johannesburg, South Africa.
Kafunga, make your contributions.
Yes, sir. First of all, I want to thank you for bringing us into this situation of highlighting all the situations that are happening.
Yes.
Ubwafe tukwete kumwesu kwena nishishibe abantu maraba kwata hopu yakwe bati tufuayo wakubikapo ngomo balandire ba KBF nenshon konono inetiateka
Niwa Professor Kasonso balandire wa Professor Kasonso ebela tiao fenangu tinangu ni shong konono vote pension konono not pari HH
mkwai chikurive tuanze shapo abalipokwe na turechumfonga twatumempia kumwesu mkwai.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution.
I appreciate.
Where is my co-host Professor Kasonso? Vote pension konono, he says, other than Hakainde, just vote elsewhere, not on Hakainde. So I fear that the economic policies pursued by President Hakainde Hichilema and Dr. Stumbeko Musokotwane are harmful to our country. They benefit foreign nationals, foreigners, and foreign entities. There's little trickle down to our economy. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm calling you from Temba. This is Mirambo.
Yes, sir. Make your contributions.
Thank you so much, sir. The economy. I think that is that's a topic about economy, state economy.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, looking at Mweye and Dora Padikwacha, I think vintu vienda vikongoroso vikuvienda vinkarako bwino maningi. We really appreciate the new Dawn government because yes, control the economy, looking at the problems that we had, the problem that you left and you left PF. Yesha unga yenze unadura ko unga abamanje vintu vambo bwerera ko munomo. By the year 2020, by the end of this year, you see things going back to normal, like the way we are buying things in Mwanawasa era. Because looking at the vision yaba HH, yaba Mwanawasa, they are similar. So bamwamba, if you are kuchitafye, tuisefye pamo, today bombera cha pamo pia na Zambia, so that we can help the president's vision, so that he can continue with this good way of leading us. People of Zambia now are enjoying basebenza mupisi urondrama kusakira ndrama marketisha chani babisa basakira ndrama in a peaceful way. Not mu PF yakweba tusakira ndrama ukwina ngo bakumenya ukwina ngo bana bakumvera na njara mwayibonaka apa usakira ndrama kulipe akutiwe pasako ndrama letako ndrama ingono kulipe bakadazi bakwebati bakuvutako tipia something that amu station wala bantu bose badabamene munasiya mu station banamba ku 7 zapa government inawacha empower banatenga na maroni. They are doing fine. There is no tantameni muri UPND. What we want is the leader who can lead all of us in Zambia so that both of us enjoy peace more.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Our dear brother seems to be a good supporter of the UPND, and he is welcome to state his view. If they want to live in an alternative reality, doesn't see the load shedding, he doesn't see the economic crisis, he doesn't see the crisis facing our country, is welcome. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, Ambassador Mwamba. This is Samuel.
Samuel, where are you calling us from, and make your contributions?
Yes, I'm still in Abuja. So I thought I would call and find out how you are doing and try and contribute on your program.
Thank you very much, Abuja, Nigeria. Make your contributions.
Yes, please. Yes, so the last caller seems to be coming from a place where probably, not that I'm trying to be rude, but he seems to be coming from a place where he never had money and now he's got money. And the reason why I say this is, there are Zambian people who have been working really hard. You know, others in the saloons, as we were saying, others in they're doing the welding, the gates, and stuff like that. Others are in farming, they're irrigation, or mechanical, using their center pivots and stuff like that. Now, they only have 2 hours of electricity to do their businesses and all that. People have lost capital. So if somebody, and I'm not referring to the guy, if a lunatic comes through and says things are now going to be better, are you going to refund? Are you going to give capital to people who've lost it? So you can't have a president coming through to say, look, now things are going to be okay. How about those who've lost their capital? What happens to that? You can't just wish that away. You can't put that in the toilet and flush it away. Where by yourself, you've carried on winning tenders, carrying on getting paid taxpayers' money and all that. So you have to think through. You cannot just say things will be better unless you are going to start giving capital to people who've lost it. So that was in response to the previous caller. And he's from Southern Province. Not that it's anything bad, but that's where a lot of economic activities are going. Then, now, Bob Marley used to say, in the abundance of water, a fool is thirsty. And this is where we are as a nation in Zambia. And if you look at Musokotwane is sitting on a gold mine. He's sitting on copper, he's sitting on gold, zinc. So he cannot come up with policies. All that seems to be happening with the man is that he's just running around trying to go and get loans here, loans there, and stuff like that. One would think, are they getting a cut out of this, getting these loans and all that? And then when we look at the 1%, this starts making sense to say, maybe this is why they cannot think outside the box. They cannot take us anywhere to drive the economy to a place where we should be and run around to go and get the loans and stuff like that. This is what's happening with Musoko Tuan. That's that's my opinion. So if you look at his policies, he cannot get himself to coalesce a team around him, think about how they're going to secure our assets, because anything worth it, anything of high value needs to be secured. So these people, the guys coming to mine our copper, they can't just get the cathodes, those cathodes, and export. There's gold in there, there's cobalt in there, there's silver, there's molybdenum. So we are losing a lot of money out of that. So if he can't come up with policies to make sure that we extract our minerals to their right composition and be able to sell those minerals, if he can't come up with those policies, then it means we'll forever be indebted. We'll be running out there to go and get loans the way he's doing. So, in a nutshell, these loans that Musoko Twani is getting are tied up with personal gain. That's what is there.
Thank you very much, my
And
brother from
the
Abuja.
other thing I wanted to bring forward is on doing the policies. We've got examples like Sparks Mining. Yeah, the Sparks Mining Zambian guy. Why can't he develop these policies that can ensure that we bring out maybe 1,000 Sparks Mining? You are looking at new, fresh capital right there where he can tax these individuals, where they can train ZRA staff, employees, to monitor 1,000 Sparks Mining and ensure they are contributing to the treasury. You know, instead of running around like headless chickens. This is what Bob Marley said. In the abundance of water, a fool is thirsty. And I'm sorry, we've got a fool at the Ministry of Finance. Thank you.
Thank you very much from Abuja, Nigeria. Let's hear your contributions. The UPND have a habit of blaming the Patriotic Front. 4 years on, they blame the Patriotic. They borrowed, but they never talk about the debt they've borrowed. They said no, they left an economy. Hello, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
My name is Anton Mtonga from Lusaka.
Anton Mtonga from Lusaka. Make your contributions, my brother.
Yes, my contribution to this issue, I think, first of all, I would like to say this government, ya UPND yakangiwa. UPND, why yakangiwa? They have nothing to do with things the PF did. For example, I have 4 or 3 things. Example that I want to give you is that for agriculture, I think in agriculture, Zambia, in full capacity, we use 3 million metric tons of maize. But then, after Abueram government, they sold the whole 2,700,000 metric, 2,700,000 metric tons. They only left 300,000 metric tons. That is why we are in this crisis. Second, issue of electricity. Electricity in Zambia, we have about 2,800 megawatts. And the country full capacity, we need to use about 1,000 megawatts. But now, the question that we're asking ourselves is that, Nangai 1,800 megawatts, why Guisakut? Okay?
So the figures are that, the figures, my dear brother, the figures are that. Hello. Yeah.
I think because a lot yamtanda ndola Lusaka, I think Solowezi to Mtanda, which is about 205 kilometers. That contract was given to bed pave maintenance. Bed pave maintenance. Even me, I was one of them in that company. We lost about $600 million. Okay, but after the board of the government, as we are speaking, the chairman and CEO wanapoka that lot. Still wanapasa vandani lot. That is why for always kulipa malots. Fourth, yamini mwakamba mandani kana mines yamini atipokea baiti galungu. We thank baiti galungu anatipokea jama mines. But after atipokea mines baiti galungu kutifakia mmanja mwatu. I think I remember that mamena na kulisira ba MMT mu 1999 at $100 million. And was often a coastal fund in 1.5 billion. Of which is 7 men. Mr. Banda Malone, Tinapes, a Chinese company, is often to pass $3 billion. The men is often $3 billion to pass away to Brazil at the mine. And then $1.5 billion to Brazil. $1.5 billion is on Zambians. And then the capacity of that mine is about per month. It passes 80,000 metric tons, 80,000 tons of copper. The maintenance of Funakutati, 80,000 tons, there's 40,000 like Ngongole, yeah, $3 billion, and then 40,000 in Kariama Zambians. But today, tukawauza vintu vili kwanza ule mundu aliyense has due to when atoka ku PF or test advice or maybe auza vintu va PF vivona tivilipe zero.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much for your contributions. Thank you very much.
Problems in this country. I think for us to move out in these problems, if we can vote out.
Thank you.
Who are listening to us? Please, let's vote this government out.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The callers, let's see how many more calls we can get. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, this is Munkonge.
Oh, Munkonge from East London.
Emkwaya wamwambandefwa nkosele kofi abananji. Ino nshitapo nangula bafunya budget ya musango shani no nshita tufikire ngali nshita twaranda timpa kupingushi nshite ya kuruburula tona wese mukuruburula twali bapere nshita ya kuruburula so mufyo baruburula mufyo bachita fo tulingire twabombera po ngato akonga sana bamwamba abantu abemitekere yabo yabafe mukulandira tabachite fintu parapaka tiro bamwene tabena Zambia bambo kusara kabali shirena graph. So you know push up from that day about rondorela graph yabo ila graph vale rondorola ukufika na leropo tuli bushira graph yabo mbashani and we know insta graph ifikire pesa so same nayo ine budget iyo emisango shabo shabi pasha kwa tufabena Zambia turechula then wale sana mapepa rondorola mapepa so ino insta tufikire po to make sure kwa batingata ukwete voters card wangwango wako ataka ukwete leji wangwangu wako ata onso mwina Zambia kwambira pali papa man ukwisafika kwambira mwina Zambia oli onse katwashitwambia okwipusha onse finto fe bali chitafari werera panuma nomba chiri kuli bofwe bena Zambia ngachakwe bati parapo tuli pa 10% ndakuya fika pa 0% tureke abantu aba bakonkanyepo because tabarisa kamane charo nanguli pano na bekara charo bari sakamana bene beka so kwebena Zambia tupose kwa mano tube serious pacharo chesu tuireka afyena ngubamwamba bare panga ma efforts no kutubikira kwa program na nga pali ifu turechita poinsho patuikeri pabuchushi batubikira mu road shedding bamwamba ali bawesi not na fira mwayishire so ino nshitaba abantu abenga tuma mafoni bengi murando wako batama foni yabo yali flat tabakwete amarai but they are able kwebati barande po lero amafoni yabo takuri oko barachaja tabakwete aba bantu bambya baretuma amafoni aba lishuko feri yakwa bati bapanga ma efforts echire ngo kwebati nango nimpendo yama namba baresta participate bachepa murando wa crisis icharo chali fita abantu n'emitima bali chinja nababona ora abantu emitima murando wako bati ubuchushi wapitirira uwina Zambia nabo poa tukwete fekao cha imbi murando wako bati ubuchushi basatubika kumwalisho we muntu ngatawaberero okuchura oro wasapokelera vyo ubuchushi from nowhere na mind system.
Thank you Bamunkonge.
Sangwe kabale tuchitatocha pamurando wa mikalire bena bali free barwani so tureke abarwani ukubabika mupepe katwika tane because abana besu ngabakulira muri ubu buchushi chirebipa bakonaika imitontonganisha takabe bwino so katuma nyaka pya babantu tabakwata obuntu bwakusakamana ero batira tumwa na shenda atashanina alanga mwaliendelera mwatandera kwa South Africa tuwa lira so mwina South Africa chirumba kwa tabaku bafyo mwina South Africa fabachita enjoy nefyo uteko butina bekara chalo tuwa lire firamba fyapta so ifolishi na fyatube na Zambia kwadinga mwatandara mwarolesha tetu musekeremo noku bapera chance yo instanga ni kumbi kufyaro ama elections ngayali pre-elections yoyire bakatirapo bazuru ati barandevi balera ndomulando wa buchushi bamona efya babantu baletocha abantu tabalingire okwikara n'abantu epofera ngo mufi yashipanga ndanga telesunga bwino abana barabutuka kutwangikara na kuri banepa panga ndata balesangwa nombo omuntu icharo echaro no ruseta kwete kuri abantu abarechura ukuchuro kubiwa mwamba chonze fifire tika mucharo mura ndo wamitekere ma side effect ya government ya resta produce fifire tike fya bipa fya tike fi many source so bena bara chita enjoy fintu fya bipanga fide chitika futa twaberero kwikalira mu bubi so tufure fe twabafunya ko bako batwambye kwikara mu tende tubikere charo mu ishira.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Bamunkonge. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again.
Hello, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm calling from Lusaka.
Yes, Zephania, my brother. Make your contributions. Thank you.
Enjoying this program. We are enjoying this program, even though they want to verify you. You are doing a commendable job, which every Zambian is enjoying, and the Zambians are ready for change in 2026. What I want just to contribute is that the UPND, they are trying now to come up with a budget which is going to look like his people's budget, but meanwhile, it will be a theoretic budget, which means they want just to woo the Zambian people so that they can vote for them in 2026, because this 2026 is more like the way to where in 2021 is a do or die for UPND. That's why, if you have seen, they are trying by all means that they eliminate PF to be not in the system so that they can have it easily. But little did they know that the challenge which they are facing now is not the Patriotic Front. It is UPND versus the 2.8 million people who voted for them, because they have not benefited, because those are the people who are supposed to say, we are going to hold on the way PF have they maintained their membership, that the people who voted for PF in 2021, I'll just take it that there are still 1.1 million and more have come on board, which has, even the UPND, they know that this will change for 2026. So they would want now to come up with a budget. We are going to see that fuel will maintain. We are going to see the price of minimum will maintain. So that this time around, as you can see, they are already playing on the kwacha dollar. They are trading on 20, 23, 24, just to keep the people that this is what is going to happen. But the truth of the matter is that the UPND, they came on board through propaganda and through lies. They told the Zambian people that immediately he's sewn in at 10 hours, 14 hours, things will change. But when you look at up to now, 14 hours hasn't changed. This is now 4 years. They are trying to find how they are going to change things. Then now, things are now becoming worse. And every Zambian is complaining. Every Zambian is complaining. That's why they have introduced now cyber laws that whoever Zambian complains is gargled.
Thank you, Zephania.
Whoever Zambian wants to say, okay, I use this, there will be cyber law. So
thank you, Zephania. Let's take some other calls.
Zambians are like now on the corner. I'll give an example about like we, the Piri family, we are in the family, we are 5. When you look at the budget now, I need at least 7 or 8 pin for us to sustain in a month. Now, when you look at a lot of people, we are retrenched, A lot of people were fired. A lot of people are not working. The youths, they are not getting the job which they were promised. So there is that tension.
Thank you, Zephaniah. Let's hear some other views.
Teachers and 11,000 health workers, which is 41,000. They cannot change that UPND can win an election.
Thank you, Zephaniah. I have to cut my dear brother, Zephaniah, so that we can get many other.
Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again.
Hello, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Mwansa, calling you from Zimbabwe.
Mwansa from Zimbabwe, make your contributions.
Yes, my concern is over the death of our
Yes, Mwansa.
From my observation, I think we shouldn't beat by the bush. This eager of wanting the body has to do with, I think, witchcraft, because there is no way. You are told not to attend the funeral. You are given clear instructions, but still you insist. This is a clear indication of, they never wanted him to seek medical attention, but in death.
Oh, the line is very bad, but I think we get it. He's complaining about the funeral of the late president. Yeah, you can call. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening. Thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
I'm calling from Zambia, Northwestern.
Okay. You tell us your name or you remain anonymous.
Okay, my name is Professor AI.
Professor AI, make your contributions.
Okay. I just wanted to find out from you, the opposition, but are you aware of the alert that are being done in the strongholds of the opposition? It's a Northwestern, because as we speak right now, we have a lot of mobile registrations going on. And then these definitely will translate into voters. If you are aware.
What is happening? Point us to what you've understood to be happening.
So there's a lot of mobile registration going on.
Yes, a mobile registration. We are aware of the national exercise.
Yes,
so how is it going in Northwestern Province, to your information?
Very, very okay. And this would translate into voters, in my understanding. And then I want to find out from you, the opposition, if you are aware of this, what is your plan?
And if the opposition is participating.
Participation it is, yes, but these are strong on the European.
Yeah, correct.
This is where we're going to find that you have a lot of voters for the European in these areas, and then you have less for the opposition.
Okay, I understand.
I understand my
yes, no, I understand. Thank you. Did you have any other? Okay. Let's take some more calls. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Okay. Oh, it's cut. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again.
Yes, caller, you are saying you want to remain anonymous. Tell us your contributions then.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Yeah, awo mrevo bench to ikala pasana bali program la sampare kabila mulonjile branch ko. Ala timwe fintu twasira mu kufilosha. Abantu aba ukwisa tuchita ifiba tuchita kwena au tufira yoba tula iyo wingi nesho toa cheshe shoku celebrate kumbatao batufumya mu Egypt nomba batutwala mu Canaan. Oro nombo kuyasanga ku Canaan uko batutwere kusanga kyao kwena ni simbi. Chimbi ocho ningatemo kulomba ko twiralanda se koma ponba ba mwamba. Tutungireni ishibe inshira twala endapo. It's too much of kulalanda. Belombe mitsetera. Aba neno abende mwali komuteko. Teko bati mwali kwibikasi tundala mapato alishalako. Beite mwali bati kuwa sacrifice imeoshes. Beite mwali ibi tera kwa twai mapamo twai katana. Takire tusekesha gatwa mona Nixon chirangwa na Ronald.
Oh, is it gone? Sorry. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Ine mushirumburwa kabiri tatusoseshina.
Mkwai. Endita.
Nde tumina ku Australia. I think I always listen to your program. Awe vale misanikira kwena na nikwata kufika akakulanda kufika nono ndepe ichilangiriro ine iliyo nafyelwe. I think the treatment wasn't good from my parents, particularly my mother. Yeah, but nomba lenso mwina ali nkusha Sofia ankusha na alikuwa to mwana she's about 11 years old. So nomba 13 mwana wandi ala twala muchusha tipantu na inefe na kuli. I think that's not good. That's not good. I think that's what I can say.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You're Nafi Mfuika Yama, Nafi Mfuika. It's very, very clear that if you were abused, you repeat the abuse. I think that's the point. Do you repeat the abuse? Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I'm Gilbert calling from Livingston.
Gilbert, make your contributions.
Firstly, I want to commend the leadership of hello?
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Make your contributions.
Yeah, firstly, I want to commend the leadership that the PF leadership have taken since the demise of our late president. I commend people like Given Rubinda, yourself, Nakachinda, and the likes. You've just shown true leadership.
Thank you.
Then yesterday someone was, I think a caller from Livingston was trying to look at what the leadership going forward. And I think he spent some time suggesting, Wamwamba, you be the leader. What I see myself is we need someone that is courageous, like KBF. But then we need the stability of mature people like Given Winda. Yeah, we need people like Given Winda because they've shown maturity. And they've been loyal to the cause. And of course, like I said, we need also a ton of people like KDF who are brave enough, and also they've got the legal mindset to challenge this. And then my other thing I want to say is like PF to put your house in order. Put your house in order, please.
Thank you very much.
You have legal minds like Sanga and all that. How can we not resolve these issues that have been dragging? Please, going forward, put your house in order.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
My final thing I want to say is
my dear sister, I think this is Lily Mtambo from the United Kingdom.
Yes, sir. We're enjoying the program.
I saw a notice that you are formally leaving the UPND. Did you finally make that announcement?
Yes, please. I did my live stream today, and I've announced officially that today I've left the UPND.
Congratulations.
Because I'm fed up.
What were your reasons?
My main reasons are I'm not happy about what is happening with the economic situation of the Zambian people, how they are really struggling. And my major one is Mufumbwe, where, more than 100 people are said to have been unalived by the police. Yeah. And President Hakainde Hichilema has failed to acknowledge that, they've made a mistake, they've wronged families, but they tried to more or less justify why they are doing those things.
And just wish it away.
Yes, like it's nothing. In the UK, we had two police officers that had tear gassed a certain man because there was like a riot. And that man had a heart attack, he died. It was big news, just one person. Yeah. Now imagine 100 people. Then we've also had Jack Mwimbu, speak in Parliament as if, the UPND, they shoot for reasons, and it's always comparing to the Patriotic Front. So I just feel like UPND formed government in order to more like change and to show people that PF. But this is what Wasata used to say. UPND is doing under 5 politics. I find them to be very childish, and they failed to be accountable on many reasons. The Zambian people are suffering. If you look at load shedding in Lusaka, Copperbelt, these are the main towns, cities, and provinces where people do businesses. There is no electricity. I've got young people who are into tailoring. They've got barber shops. They can't afford a gen set. Yeah. And when we speak about these things, UPND will just keep on kwenyu. And I find them very, very childish, with how they are running the country. So there's no way I could want to be associated with such type of people. And of course, the audio of Chavinga exposes a lot of dirty secrets about our current and how he's dealing with small boys in order for his image to be cleaned up. How many things has the president done which we don't know about, which he wants his image to be cleaned up? So for me, I wouldn't want to be, put my hands in blood. Their hands are stained. I remember when President Hakainde Hichilema would always condemn ECL, the late Dr. Edgar Chagalungu, may his soul rest in peace. He would always say how, ECL, you're responsible for Mapenzi, you're responsible for this and that. And then he compensated those people, the families. But we have a baby who was in Mufumbwe with their parent, was unalived, shot by a police officer. So are you telling me that baby had a live ammunition? You know, we don't need to use excessive force. We have a Zimbabwean friend of ours that was telling us with my husband, say, look, no matter how Mugabe was, wanting to be in presidence for a long time, he never unleashed or instructed the police to fire live rounds. So it's actually made international news. Even someone from Liberia called me about it.
Yeah.
And then the UPND take it casually, like it's nothing. It's just one of those things. And then they are embezzling funds. When you talk about ARVs, medications, today they've just found $290 million worth of drugs in some containers about to expire. They don't care about the Zambian welfare. If somebody doesn't care about my health, about my electricity, my shelter, my water, my sanitation, then you're not fit to be a leader. These are basic things of life. So the economy is so tough. And for me, I wouldn't want to be associated with somebody I endorsed. I endorsed the UPND. Of course, many of us that endorse the UPND are on the sideline. And UPND is very, very tribal, and they've really segregated the Zambian people. The Hakainde Hichilema has divided the nation of Zambia. For the first time, we have to look at someone's last name when somebody is commenting, because they're disrespecting, because they feel they're above the law.
No, you are right about that. You and I are on social media, and sometimes you see the people insulting you. Even just that basic presence on social media is tribal. Why should it be like that?
Yeah, it should never be like that. And we look at Dr. Chimba Kambwili is in jail for 5 months. This person needs medical. They have no empathy at all. If imagine Dr. Chimba Kambwili is not my family, but I'm feeling his pain. Meaning Hakainde Hichilema can do that to me as Lillian. If tomorrow anything happened, he actually came into power to revenge to his enemies. I don't think HH is ready for governance. I think he should just go to his farm and just be farming his cows and looking after his cows, and not human beings. Human beings, you need to be empathetic. You need to look at the welfare of Dr. Edgar Chogalungu was denied to go to the hospital. I was watching a video today, I even shared it on my page, of Madam Edith Nawakwi. Imagine this woman was not given access to a medication for 3 days. And then you tell me you are a leader? You are a killer, honestly. A leader should be empathetic. You should look at, this person, yes, we are enemies. How much is their welfare? What do they want? Let them go to the hospital. I was shocked that even Dr. Edgar Chogalungu was removed from the airplane. I was shocked that somebody was fired because he allowed Dr. Edgar Chogalungu to leave the country. Is that the person we should associate ourselves with? Certainly, I'm not going to associate myself with that type of person. Because even the British people here, my friends, they're shocked. They're asking themselves, who is this type of person that is even fighting for a body, going to courts in South Africa? And we're all over DW News today, by the way.
Yes,
with regards to the
Deutsche Welle from Germany. I saw they carried the story of the audio, Chavinga's audio. Yes.
Yeah.
And the UPND says it's AI would respected Deutsche Welle radio and TV carry an AI story. They wouldn't.
And the good part is their cadres have acknowledged that it's not AI. But they now want to distance themselves from Chabinga, to say Chabinga does not know the president. I mean, Chabinga said he received 12 missed calls from the boss.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the boss is that very person who is desperate for the body and pretends to be a good person. And you know what? President Hakainde Hichilema has no shame. Okay? Do you know what he does? When something serious like this is happening, there he goes to go and offer a bus to Dora Mononyambe's people. And we're supposed to clap to say, oh, the president has offered a bus. Dora died in December. You should have also offered that bus in February. But you're doing it now because it's all about political scores with Hakainde Hichilema.
Before I let you go, and thank you for your contribution, what should the opposition do? What's your advice?
For me, Ambassador Mwamba, my biggest concern is we are seeing too many presidents, too many leaders. I speak to a lot of young people, and the young people are asking for direction. And I've told them the person I will endorse on my page is the person that we'll go for. So we are just asking for unity. Come together, all of you. It's not time to be, I'm the president of this, I'm the president of that. We need to remove Hakainde Hichilema to revive our country, to bring it to sanity. I was speaking to a 78-old woman who was working during the times of Chiluba. And she said, look, HH has taken our economy, our life back in the 60s when we were fighting for independence. You know, people have no freedom of expression. People can't even do certain things. They'll call it cyber. So you need all of you to come together. No, even if the political party has 5 members, Mwadi Bamaka in unity. There is power in unity, and obviously prayer is the key because we're dealing with people who are heartless.
Yeah.
I always say that life is spiritual. We need to pray as well. We need to engage pastors to stand with you people. Have prayer sessions with them. I can recommend some that we can pray with together and stand for the nation of Zambia. Because Chachiramo, Akapatulula, Emitimo Kubipa, and even just the way people are just feeling a heavy presence in Zambia. Today, for an okulala, as we're in the diaspora. Today, so we need to pray and we need to unite. So please, daddies, uncles, mummies, you know, Demiromba, please unite. Iseni pamo tupoke chalo kudiba UPND by United Party of Destruction. But let every destruction muchalo chestia Zambia. Tuikatani. As we are willing to support whichever candidate over Kaleta. If we will rally behind that candidate and will support you, the diaspora is behind whoever. As long as the HH, we will support. Apa, pari tunasupport parinshi either pension konono or HH. Like what Doc tells us.
Or pension konono, so we are all going pension konono.
We are not going to go for UPND because it's like, you know, it's like a cult, the way they are behaving. But it's like whatever it's not nice if people are missing, people are being kidnapped. A lot of young people, they are all over we don't even know what's going on. Too many junkies in Zambia. And you know, ichalo chaba never known. Not about kotewa mune twala kuma ambassador job muntu aliwomba 25-50 years. Mamuntu wala food. Is this what Hakainde Hichilema promised? No. If you have a license, you say he lied to us. So, but our leaders wasn't a makolonga and baba pamo, bavombela pamo. I, Lilian Mutambo, am pledging with my team of the diaspora to the Wengi. We are more than 200. We are willing to support because we need to protect the vote. Hello, by UPND, by the Kwataka so. I'm a polling agents. Tababa pera nempia, tababa disha nefiakuri. So, some of us who worked with them, we know where to catch them. Akuna kulala bamwamba.
Thank you.
Abantu bali abakala vota, we will make sure 24 hours we are there to reach the monitor my votes. Because the people for bakebile parapene paria. Ngatatuketa ma polling agents. So we are willing as a diaspora, we've pledged ourselves to pay a candidate and we'll sell that candidate to the whole Zambia.
Oh, wonderful. Powerful Lilian Mutambo. Today she announced resign from the UPND. Remember, she was a candidate in Munali. She wasn't adopted. They fought her, but she remained in the UPND. But today, she says she can't stomach it anymore. And what she's seen in the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema is totally unacceptable. And he's done a 360 degrees from everything he promised, and he has unleashed tyranny, dictatorship, and evil on our country. Thank you, Lillian, for that call. I'm very grateful. We don't take it for granted. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Ambassador Mamba, how are you?
I'm very well, my brother. Please make your name and tell us your contribution.
I'll keep the name. Thank you.
Anonymous, proceed to make your contribution.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Mamba. I was just listening to my other favorite social media host there.
Yes. Oh, Lilian Mutambo, yes.
And I think her elaborations, which is very, very, very true. You are doing quite a commendable job. I think for the Zambian masses in general, you may be liked, you may be not liked, but I think the information you bring to the attention of many of us is very, very important. It takes courage. My contribution, change, it comes with the general masses, people. I was in Zambia recently, in the rural areas. I can tell you that UPND, in the rural areas, I come from the eastern part of Zambia, where UPND had no much access. But I think if we just continue having press briefings in Lusaka, meetings in Lusaka, and then we do not go to the corners of Zambia, it becomes very, very difficult to envisage that change we need in 2026. We need to start going out. It's difficult because they don't allow people to go out, but I think through the structures in the grassroots, in the communities, we need to begin to sensitize. Because, this cash for work has been translated to UPND. There's another fund that they get, is it social cash?
Social cash transfer.
It has also been translated to be a fund for UPND. And it's doing a lot of damage in the rural areas, more especially in places where UPND has no stronghold. So I don't know, because beautiful programs like yours, villagers may not have direct access. I wish they could. Like today in Parliament, I think I heard a very damaging statement by the Minister of Agriculture. This late, you don't say it at the time when you enter into a contract with a simple village that once you have access to FISIP, you need to sell, is it a minimum of 10 bags to government?
Or you'll be banned.
They didn't know this. It comes now.
Yeah, or you'll be banned. Yeah.
And who tells that to a villager? Because there's a farmer maybe who is knowledgeable, who has been to school, can understand that. But most of the FISIP beneficiaries are simple villagers who don't even know whether there's a contract between them and the government. But now they demand now that they have to sell 10 bags to government. If they don't do that, then they are deregistered from the register. Honestly speaking, I don't know how the villagers can be sensitized, be educated, because they don't know about these things.
Yeah.
We are blessed. We can connect to Mamba, Lillian. We know all these other people that put sense into us. But I believe that the bigger part of the voters are being denied this privilege. I don't know how we can reach out to them so that they're able to move with the current. I don't think they even know, like these leaked
audios
from Chawinga. They never know anything. And these are the people who are going to queue and vote.
I agree with you, my brother. I agree with you, my brother. We have work to do as the opposition.
So they are concentrating on other areas now.
Kindly wind up so that we allow more calls.
Rural masses.
I think my dear brother from Chipata is very clear. We need to take the message to the ordinary people in rural areas. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Mkwai, you got cut. Quickly wind up your thoughts.
Okay. Natreva nati namulishiba isi turi mu Zambia gwefi abanenso aba pokerero bontumwa mu 1964 ngetyo bali bontumwa ataba pokere ngataba pokere ubwasha bwabapo bukaitemwe bamwambasha bitite mumbai mweba kankara botubika ma office gamwaya kuri mulaturaba Fide batumisha amapiba yo PhD bali tumishe after batumisha batusha muri fisiko bafuma mono kufuma balaina tinaba ondere bonse na vena naba kashika emiromo bonse da sita mulantino kulya bwi so patwera nda papa kwebati apato sikata ba mwamba muri bakukasama nitalina bwaja sochire mpapa uri na munina cyari apata kulya tibali nshire twera nda bonse tulechura nombo twero mbako chakwebati ino mwe bakokora kumuteko kwa account iriko stable yakwebati nero twaima chapamo atisi na wishiwa kuri kwa bakandangira tatureranda cyo ndikweteroe nchindi bacurara nyebako twari tusasana rya ile twalekere kinaba cyashi balungu kufwa yari nabari abamika kuma airport fona mini captain ngere twaire ko kwa demonstrate abana ngo bari kwata ba komando bari kwata ba soldiers bari kwata ba police on their side kuri na ba komando abachire sekeramo cyangwa twaima ikwe tete bonze batwipaye apechiri popo nimulandiro kuba kiri mu muntu ngurushira ngo bari baba kwitema ngamwari kwete uri umukasho wako bati watutungirira tonso tomu.
Okay, it seems to go. His message is very clear that we need to be brave. He says we need to have protested when things were going very wrong. Probably President Lungu will be alive today. I understand your frustration and that we shouldn't stand by. It goes to other things that everyone is talking about, of protecting the vote, of participating in this process as in a singular force, you know.
Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again.
Good evening, caller. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Oh, I'd like to remain anonymous.
Anonymous, make your contributions.
Okay, my contribution is very simple. Hello, can you get me?
Yes, we can, very clearly.
Sure. I know a lot of people are listening, but the only thing that I've seen of you and other people that are contributing is actually bitterness.
Yes.
In as much as you have criticized our government, there are some things that you've not pointed out which the government has done properly.
Please point them out.
You failed to do.
That's the purpose of your call. Okay. Point what you think they've done. Don't criticize others. Say your view.
Thank you. Number one, we are talking about the free education. A lot of people have benefited.
Number two.
Now, yes, number two, when we talk, even just the CDF, it has helped a lot of people.
Number three.
These are some of the things, let me just say something. These are some of the things that you don't talk about and then you aspire to be in leadership. You know, when you want to be in leadership, of course, talk about the pros and the cons, but for you, it is so much sided on the negative.
My brother, don't criticize. My brother, let me guide. Yeah, let me guide. He's not even listening. Yeah. What you do when you come to the program, your colleagues are saying, Hichilema'S failed 1, has failed 2, has failed 3. If you think Hichilema has succeeded in 1, in 2, and 3, make your contributions. You don't have to criticize others. It's not our duty. We are not a PR machine for Hichilema. He has, because we and others to do the PR machine. So I just would encourage you to make your contributions. Please hold on. I've got this one waiting first. Hello, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from and make your contributions.
Good evening, Mr. Mwamba.
Good evening. Please hold on. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I go ahead?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Mwamba. The first thing that I'm going to respond to the previous caller is the benefits that they are seeing. We are not seeing. Look at on distribution of fertilizer and seed. How for commodity, make sure it is always making sure that Southern Province Watuara seed and fertilizer in time to provide for his people. This is a person that is using these people so that he divides this country based on that. So then I'm going to see DF for level.
Oh, sorry.
So I shift to Southern Province. You see how this man is working. He's just here to divide this country. Then coming to my point. Nachira for kuchita highlight point mu abantu otabamuna sana. When this man wants to do dirty jobs. Are you there, Mr. Mwamba?
We can hear you quickly, my brother, so that we get others.
When this man wants to do his dirty jobs, you pick people like Chavinga, the Bemba boys. You pick people like from Chipata to do his dirty jobs. You will never see him picking his people to do dirty jobs. What these people, they don't just realize that they are being used and they are being tarnished their names because he has got no regard for us. Look how many people have been insulting us when we suffer the poverty of mind. This is just verifying that these people, they don't have respect for us, and we continue going and tarnish our tribe, our big tribe to these people who've got no regard for us.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Let me just take so many calls, so many people. There's a gentleman waiting here. My brother, make your contribution, your name and make your contributions.
You just call me by Anonymous.
Anonymous, make your contributions.
Zambia Central Province.
Okay.
New observation there and the Gofi Mwamba. Come 2026, one tool which the UPND government will use is that the PF were corrupt in 2026 because most of the people who have interacted to Officer Mkunjabanjebera, we can't vote PF back because we were told to say but without even clarifying, even knowing the fact, an allegation which hasn't even been proven yet. So if you can tell our leaders there to clear some of these allegations to say, look at because come 2026 they will use it. I know that because most of our background where they say we just won't vote because again when we vote back these guys they were stealing. But do you have the facts as ECO said?
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Let's allow other calls as well. Thank you. I think you've made it very clear. Kindly be brief so that I don't have to cut you. I just want a fair understanding of, a fair participation of everyone. The calls are so many. So it's better that we give as many people as possible a chance. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Hello. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Uh-oh. Is it gone? Okay. We pick another line. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba.
Good evening.
Victor, United Kingdom. I think I'm a regular caller now.
Yes, Victor.
Yeah, Ambassador Mwamba, mine is very quick. I think I've heard most of the leaders that you brought on the platform. My only plea is that, Ambassador, we need to, especially in the PF, we need to now start recognizing that we need to work together with everybody. I'll tell you that I was in the PF structure for about 7 years, somewhere on the copper belt, very senior position. So I know what it is. So I think you've brought up this program is brilliant. Please continue with it. But let us put our heads together. We need to win 2026. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Victor. That is why I wanted Honorable Given Winner to come and give you insights of what's happening in the patriotic front. But we'll continue to speak to other opposition leaders as well. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Anonymous from Livingston by Mr. Mwamba.
Anonymous from Livingston, make your contributions.
It's a number one of Mwamba was undead to the perfume rate to affiliate Mukulanda.
Thank you.
then ndeko okukozeresyako ama opposition party kwebati tirefaiko kwebati twikatane mubombere pamo then ifo fwe bakuvota takuli obwave ifo turevyo kwebati mwema leaders mwaba bayikatana mwapange ekintu kimu then ifo fwe bakuvota obwavyo takudi so tureromba okwebati twikatane tukite ekintu kimu paka kwebati tufunyepo obubuteeko otherwise kwati fwe misepera natukyula sana kwati kuno kuli Vinston bakanso balengira everyday so turefa n'okubomba kwema vendors bwino so nalomba kwebati mwema leaders besu twikatane tukite ekintu kimu pakutira 2026 tukabeko free mona nifo fwema vendors tukitabyo tuntu tunono but turefa okubomba bwino mulando n'abakanso so twamirombo kwebati mutwafuirishe mubi abayikatana so that tufunyepo obubuteeko twambye okwekala bwino mu kyalo kyesu.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. I think your fact. Thank you. I think your point is very clear that people have, the leadership in the opposition have to work together to emancipate our people. I think that's a cry of everyone. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Babwadia Mwabombeni. Nditalandeni pona imwe.
Contribution yandi Mr. Mwamba inkuli ifwe one especially for our Christian na aba northern wapula ile fwa kwa kwikatana because abantu imibombere yabo na mumone efyo abantu bakakirwe abakulu wapula northern then na eastern so ngatamwe katakuli kwikatana aba yimitundu mwalapwa more especially mwabali mwa politics bena abanensu bali katana echalenga mwalimu n'abantu na good example yabagali ngongolo babafumya mu power nangolo babafumya pali wo minister twalimu nabayikala tondolo takwa abayichipani nangu chimwe cyo bajoin nawo nomba kuli ifwe more especially for babemba tatwa ishayishi ba disease yaba mu mitwe yesu kachako afati umuntu bamufumya pali position iri yonse nishambo kusabaira araingira ku so icho mubombere po mwema politician mwekatani then mwishibe na abantu abakubomba nabo efe ninga kwato kulanda po Mr.
Thank you very much. Good evening, our dear brother from, is that our dear brother from Australia?
My brother, how are you?
I'm very well, sir. How are you? We missed you.
No, you know that I'm always watching and you can see me. I start from the beginning to the end.
Yes, yes.
Very important.
Yes.
Now, my brother, I've got just something short to contribute.
Yeah.
My manual, you are a very intelligent person. You've been cut off. You can see what is happening. If our Olambavesu cannot band together, can you yourself endorse someone so that we now put the force of Zambia behind that person?
Bakafwimbi balu buli bakafwimbi atine ine wine fenombanchite sonte fie umunwe pali wala tuteka twambe nokubutuka nanko bakafwimbi muli balu buli ninsto ya bantu bonse. I think it's a work of all of us. It's not Emmanuel Mwamba's work, it's a work of all of us, bakafwimbi. But thank you for your consideration. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Okay, Mr. Emmanuel Mwamba.
Yes, sir.
I just want you to call me P.
Mr. P, make your contributions.
Okay. In as much as everybody wants to take over from the UPND, what are you doing as opposition in order to unite this country? Because most of the sentiments that are coming, they are about tribe. Of course, I may not be so sure to the extent to which we have tribalism or anything in this regime. If that's a lot, what solutions? Because people are speaking negatively about this tribe, that tribe. are we sure we are going to have unity where people can vote for a president without considering the tribe where that person is coming from? Then you as the opposition, why can't you prove that to us? To say that it's one Zambia, one nation? Because I do not accuse you, Mr. Mwamba, but from what I've heard, I haven't heard a rebuke from you, sir, where you can tell a person, let's not talk about tribe. Because if I'm Tonga, for instance, I'll be afraid that if a Bemba comes, I'll suffer. If I'm Bemba, I'll be afraid that if a Tonga comes or a Lozi comes, I'll suffer. So what are you doing about that?
Oh, thank you. Let me address that matter. The issue of tribalism is a very sensitive matter in our country. But at the core of it is President Hakainde Hichilema'S divided our country on tribal lines, on regional lines. And that needs to be cured by the next government. President Hakainde Hichilema has ensured that we don't discuss that matter. It's one of his schemes to ensure, it's part of his tribal practice. He doesn't want this matter discussed, but we need to root it out and unite our country again under the foundation that Dr. Kaunda had. Dr. Kaunda worked very hard to unite our country. National building is such a big project. You can't wish it by mere words of one Zambia, one nation. You have to practice it. Let me give an example. Dr. Kaunda made it very clear that every civil servant who's employed was taken to a region where they don't come from. You should ask people like Felix Mutati and his family. They speak very good Kaonde and Lunda because their parents as young leaders were sent into Northwestern Province. Charity Katongo, who we were talking to yesterday, but pardon Katongo sent to Mongu. You have a village in Kasama Muvita village. So Dr. Kaunda was extremely deliberate in uniting our country. It cannot be united by just saying we are one Zambia, one nation. It doesn't work like that. Dr. Kaunda, for every ambassador, the deputy were from another region. He balanced tribes, he balanced appointments, whether they were state-owned enterprises like Zanaco, NAPSA, or any other. So the national project of uniting our country is not a rhetorical approach. President Hakainde Hichilema divided our country, where he has appointed mostly, first is practicing both nepotism, tribalism, and then regionalism. The biggest position he gives to is nepotistic, people that are related to him, or then are part of his tribe, or part of the region. Then their token position he has put to show that he's a national leader. So, but he doesn't want this debate to take place. He will call you tribal. He will call you your platform tribal when you try to expose tribalism. So you will see me become quiet on this matter because he wants to accuse us of tribalism. When we are exposing his tribalism, you've seen the insults of the people that he has sent to prison and those that he has spared. So he's an extremely tribal leader. That's why many people are saying President Hakainde Hichilema is harmful to our country. He's a danger, he's a present danger we have to our country. Other than that, he's stealing our national resources, he's appropriating our national resources, but he's dividing clear lines that will have larger effect, not just to you and me, but to our children. But he doesn't know that Dr. Kaunda did such a good job that I could be Bemba, my wife is Lozi, and our children, what will you call them? And many families are like that. So his activities, President Hakainde Hichilema's nepotistic, tribal, and regional politics are futile because Zambians at the best are united, yet he attempts to use the politics to divide our country. And unfortunately, sometimes you have to let people speak against it. Because how are we going to remove that tooth if we can't say the tooth is rotten, the tooth is paining? That's what Hakainde Hichilema is to our country. He's a rotten tooth. To save the entire mouth, he might have to be plucked out. Sorry, Father Donosco, you had to wait, but I thought I could make a point to that caller who called and said I'm not condemning tribalism, so I was putting it in context. Father Oscar Mwanza Pombo from Italy. Sir, make your contributions.
you very much. Good evening, everybody, and thank you and my compliments for your beautiful, lovely program, Mr. Mwamba. Continue in this trajectory. You are doing a great job to the many people who have no voice. Thank you very much. So,
thank you, Father.
First of all, I would like to speak about the question of tribalism. I have already spoken about this topic, and I want to go back to it. To my colleagues, especially the young people, or most of those who are at universities, University of Zambia, Copperbelt universities, young people, I am appealing to you to use your psychological capability. What I'm going to tell you, which is very important, you need to have a basic of some psychological studies. But it doesn't matter whether we have not studied at the university, because psychological studies, we can also acquire it from Kuba Fiashi Abatfiele, traditionally. That is also psychological capability. So now, let me talk about this. The question of tribalism. And the other question, two things I'm going to talk about today. The question of tribalism and the question of who is the candidate of the opposition political party. I start with tribalism. Zambian people, if I say Zambian people, I'm also appealing and I'm addressing the UPND. My friends who are in the UPND, you are not my enemies. You are also my friends. I campaigned for you. You know that very well. So I'm not your enemy, but I campaigned for you. Something has gone wrong. We don't know what has gone wrong, but something has gone wrong. So now we want to rectify what has gone wrong. So now we come to the question of tribalism. If Chishimba Kambwili has been arrested because he nominated the question of Southern Province, why has not Honorable Sia Kalima not been arrested when he called my community, Luapula? I come from Luapula, people with shallow-minded. This is so painful to me. President Hakainde Hichilema. This is painful to me. Do you know why it is painful to me? I'm here in Italy. I have been entrusted authority over the white people by Honorable Wamba. I'm entrusted to a group of people, about 5,000 white people. I am a black person. I come from Luapula. Zambian people, listen. We don't hate Hakainde Hichilema. We hate this phenomenon of the so-called tribalism, which in Zambia you are talking about, which is a sheer waste of time. If President Hakainde Hichilema is a Tonga, there is nothing wrong about that. If me, Oscar Pombo, Inene Pombo, I am from Luapula, there is nothing wrong about that. President Hakainde Hichilema, being a Tonga, he can be proud of his culture and his chief. It's okay. It doesn't matter. The country where I am, this country which is called Italy, it was a monarch. We had Henry II, the last king of Italy. Then the Italian people, they said, I think we are done with kingdomship. We want democracy. The Italian people, they chose democracy to to being led by the king. The king was called Emanuele II. Emmanuel the second. He was the last king, the Italian last king. So they said, no, we don't want any more to be led by the king. Why did the Italians decide not to be led by the king? Because the king, when you are led by the king, there is succession. And the only succession is in the family of the king. So the Italians, they said, no, we are fed up of this story. We want democracy where we can go for voting and we elect our president.
Father
And
Donosco, let me. You brought something very important, something fundamental. You said there's nothing wrong with being a Tonga. There's nothing wrong with being Lunda from Luapula. So, but then what is wrong? What are people condemning? You need to narrow down. What are you saying?
People are condemning because this is a psychological question. That's what I was saying. Even to the young people, those who are at universities especially, because they are learned people. The question is a deceit here, Mr. Mwamba. When they say, you, Mr. Mwamba, when you say, Mr. Mwamba, what's your surname? Nebo Mwamba. Then Mr. Mwamba, when you talk about Southern Province, then you are tribalistic. That is a deceit. It's a deceit. If we have had friends in Zambia before Hakainde Hichilema as a president, we had our friends from Southern Province. We were not, there is nothing like tribalism. We were laughing about it. I'm a black person. Let me tell you what happens to me here in Italy. Babies, they come to me closer. They touch my skin because my skin is black. They try to get a lighter. They switch a lighter to burn my skin, and they want to find out whether if they switch a lighter, I'm going to be burnt. Listen what I'm saying. I want to talk to the people in the UPND especially. Don't think that the things that you are arresting people about in Zambia, it's nothing. If I wanted to tell them, take these people to prison, I was going to take them. A child coming with a lighter, switch on the lighter and try to burn my skin because my skin is dark and I'm a Zambian. I'm a black person which comes from Zambia. I'm working in Italy. They respect me. But babies are just like that. They just want to burn my skin and they want to find out whether I'm going to cry or I don't, my skin because it's black, then I cannot cry. So, was I supposed to report these babies to police? No.
Thank you. Thank you, Father. Thank you. I think Father is very, very clear. Is that tribalism exists, but leaders should never promote tribalism. They should never promote the practice of nepotism, and that we should celebrate who we are, but in diversity, that's where our unity is. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Mkwaiwa Ambassador.
Nibamayo kwa kaputa. Mweba tabwala ndeni po natumifuluka.
Tuli batabwa ife twaikala fe kuitaba omulandu wa One Zambia One Nation yalete ntumulusha antanshi bakaunda. Abatabwa abantu besu nomba na ife tuli bantu baabo. Tutina nokuitala kote tubatutamfye mkwai. Nama political parties to join. Afelo yali UNIP yachinge yaba MMD to join. Yaisa ku PF to join. Yaisa ku UPND to join. Nomba mu UPND na chitikefle tutinya okuyentanshi nabo. Mkwai. Cho ndefo ya nande kono kwipuseni nkwate fintu bibiri cha kubalirapo. Ndefo okukonkanya po kutasha bandu mesu bamwa bakitira ni babwalia ba kituma okufuma ku Lusaka. Balondolola nangu bakumya pa kintu kimwe kya bamu mutima wandi nshashi mashala ndapo nomba na yukushana tikamba tashefe pantu kintu kyachine. Mkwai mwe ntungulu shishiri mu opposition. Okutira imwe mwe bakokola kumwali tekele ba PF. Mwe bantu ba muli bafyashi bonze mule na kila ko discipline twapapata bachishimba kambwili na ba GBM first ile nchite yapwile anda basata basate babo balekelepo ba GBM mwe bantu bakwalisa bashi bantu mumayanda ba GBM omutima kwabula okunaka bakufuma mu chichivenga balekele chita abalungu ninda bapa history mwema followers yama politics tumwanchita correct balimini obulamba sana okuti twala akapesha kalungu nechi baya join na UPND impela ya UPND yabo bonse namwipa okuyishiba basha batukana efintu including umwana wabo ulya whatever her name is MP kumkasama and then alikona diplomat kwati kuna Namibia nalika batataka pay me more than the Zambian government is paying me mwe bantu bakwalesa bonse mwe balechita follow chichinto ama politics ilo mwaba disciplined twapapata endure the punishment ngawasanga na bakufie ngafye na kuma koti okukwene bale yakabiye ngatachifikire paku ya kukoti le kafye lesali ishibe fya twimya mu bupina atusumbula twale nabasansuka bakwe elio nomba ba kambwili na welo bafumine mu babatanja kuli balungu just after the rise in 2016 bakambwili abo yaba sape fintu balande fintu fimwe fintu fiwele la fena wemu inengo wachina mu bukali Ishile judging about Kambwidi, Chile particular right now what is going through is a pain we are going and with the blue war Bakambwidi. Ni church landile bandu meso uba wali abakasama eba kulusaka ukwebati nga mule bakomwateka kwemitima moneni bakuta mwaita mwafuma mwapusana na balungu mwapusana na basata mwaya join ku UPND nga mwalosha ku UPND abatalapo emisoka baba kakani banani ni banani. Even when Mamwetwa has confessed, we use the Kambwili to make people hate Lungu by making Lungu sound or look tribalistic. Ba Kambwili baba pelo mulimo wako naula uiste na wabo mufiala wabo mumitundu. Kambwili ba itoto kwele fintu pali balungu ichalo chabapata. Ichalo chitile realize inostokti hao mfintu fimolungu. It's just a paint, a brush they used to paint him. Nilungu movie. Kwa bloku pendera paka sumana mko. Ima mwanse mebale join nama politics. Muli 21 years and above. Bazeno ni mwangabali ma politics just after independence. 21 years. Very disciplined. Ne milimo ya ma politics. Lelo muli personal life yawe ya kwangala. Those of you who have had time to read his book, An Extraordinary Life, bamwambani kwisa tuinga sanga liye book, ama young youths mu Zambia, babele ngeko liye book. Bamu ni character ya bamwangefu yali kwete kasiso, akakwangala pola ikukuti babendama. But when it came to Imirimo Kaunda abachitria sign, he was a very committed diplomat and of allegiance kuli Kaunda. Although in one party state, still who are indisciplined in one party state where there are no opposing political leaders, he or she can miss it. But mwanga beno bali katira mpaka bafika napo baishilefika. Ile wale susuka muri Kaunda bachita join UPND. Bali ni ba konfuila. Ama politics yale longa ukufyaka na fast na mekumbi. Mungu ya kumbi fast. That's why now we went and promoted UPND. Nomba mneni finechitika. But we thank God abantu nabachita realize. Enkwai. Longa kulia kashita mkwai na kambi kuti bansubindisha okulanda po.
London ko pano normal musondwelele. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, Father Oscar has written a message that we never hate the sinner, we hate the sin. So it's a sin. The sin of tribalism, the sin of regionalism, the sin of nepotism. That's what we hate. And we shouldn't stop people from talking about it. Today we are discussing the state of the economy. We are discussing hello, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
I think I still prefer to be anonymous.
Anonymous, make your contributions.
Yeah, we're in a nation where the sins are so sensitive. Anyway, I just wanted to say, I think as much as people wish to talk about tribalism and all these kinds of things, the economy and so on and so forth. For me, I want to point to something I feel is a deeper problem with President Hakainde. And I'm just going to quickly just break them down into 5 quick points.
Yeah.
Number one, President Hichilema lacks transparency. We see that in how he has even failed to declare his assets. He has refused to make those things public. That's the problem. He lacks transparency. A lot of things have been done in a manner that even ends up shocking us. The way that he came up with Bill 7, cooked it up in the kitchen, built the house, and just thrust it down our throats without us knowing who was involved, not being open and transparent. And that keeps happening over a lot of other issues, including the cyber laws and things like that. The gentleman lacks transparency. Number 3, lacks responsibility. The gentleman is always blaming somebody else for everything. You know, the P of this, the P of that, the P of this, the P of that. Eventually, when he's caught in this web of lies, and Chavina comes up with that, he can't blame the PF, and he blames AI. These are people who can't take responsibility. They're always blaming somebody else. We need leaders who take responsibility. And I hope we can find that in the opposition. This is a gentleman who lacks the ability to unite the nation.
Continue.
Yes, this gentleman lacks the ability to unite the nation, and that's the problem. He can't unite us, and that is, you see it in how he just gives. Almost every time he is making appointments, there is always a certain region that's always there, and other regions are not present. He's not a person who gives appointments based on meritocracy. He's not into that. We've heard about how he's sponsoring tribalism as a result. This is a gentleman, number 4, serves the foreign interests above Zambian interests. We export electricity to Botswana, export electricity to Congo and to Namibia and places like that. When Zambians are suffering, the business production in Zambia is suffering because of lack of electricity, lack of energy. He can't sell. He has failed to put Zambians first. We need a president that prioritizes Zambian interests first. Okay. Every person who makes 1,000 kwacha in a month is taxed. But the minds that are raking in billions have tax holidays. This is a gentleman who serves foreign interests first. And finally, this country has stagnated. We have stopped seeing the transformation that we saw during the Patriotic Front. We used to see new roads, we used to see new hospitals, we used to see new schools every now and then, airports everywhere. It has stopped. In the last 4 years, we've not seen any kind of physical transformation in this nation. Look, when you're talking about graphs and IMF and so on and so forth, is it translating? It's not. We need to be able to come to a place where people's lives and all these good policies translate into transforming people's lives. And this is the reason why this gentleman has failed this score that I'm using. He has failed. He can't, he's not transparent, he's not responsible, he can't unite the nation, he's serving foreign interests above Zambian interests, and there's no transformation coming up of his leadership.
Thank you, Anonymous. I think that was a good and able analysis of the leadership flaws and leadership failures of President Hakainde Hichilema. Good evening. Please tell us your name. Is that Mama Kaputa? Are you back? Hello. Hello. Oh, maybe a line caught accidentally. Let's take another one. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hey, good evening, Ambassador. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Make your contribution, sir.
Ambassador, I have a proposition for you.
Wonderful.
And just give me 1 minute just to explain myself. This is for you and for the future of Zambia.
Thank you.
I remember when I first came across you, when you used to be the spokesperson for the late President Chiluba. I used to tell my friend that this man is so articulate. He's well read, and he sounds very responsible in the way that he addresses issues concerning the livelihood of the former president.
Thank you very much.
May God bless his, rest his soul. I feel you, alongside, there's a young man that I really like in Zambia, Jackson Silavwe. Give yourself 2 years. Disassociate yourself from the Patriotic Front. take 2 years of leave, image building, and come back, we will support you because we see the potential that you have. We see the foresight that you have as a person who's really concerned about the country. Believe me, you have what it takes. Don't throw yourself in this cesspool that the PF has created because it's making you look bad. I would want to be one of those people who call you personally and say, do you have a minute to talk and let's see how we can, rehabilitate this image of our country and have somebody who's, more acquainted with the way that Zambia can be run in the able leadership of yourself. This is just a proposition. I'm not saying that,
Wonderful, my brother. Thank you for your kind words and your proposed leave that you are giving me. I'll give you my number. We can have a discussion later. Someone says I go on leave and I come back as a candidate. Yeah, so I will send you your number. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. I need to reduce this volume. I said on the last caller, your brother has got to comment.
Okay.
And don't call me a troublemaker. Okay. What he's saying is what I've been telling you. Don't ignore such kind of sentiments. Abantu abatatukwete. Tukwete misepela sanata. Salinata. And our only hope is being put away. So let us watch them. If they don't come, leave it. This is what I've been saying, and I've never called back twice. It's an army to me. Let us let them sleep, Wamwamba. I'm not a troublemaker. Yes, the last caller, that is brilliant.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Let's begin to wind up the program. I know there are so many calls, but let's begin to. I'll just send in this number to. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much.
Hello. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Good evening. Please tell us where you are calling us from, and if you could switch off that phone.
Good evening. This is Anonymous.
Anonymous, quickly make your contributions. Where are you calling us from?
From within Lusaka, Zambia.
Wonderful. Make your contribution, sir.
First of all, about Chilanda Munumai, so Nana is and the Puritan Moistre was to be a Fokati. The Moktumorite Charupamo. Demragati Insta Aquati, I'm sending Utungurush Naifika. Namranga selflessness. You have embraced everyone and did a charm for someone from opposition trafficking. Arch to Manana much pocket that way. So, the other thing that I want to mention is that Bamembe Anton Mukwita and other exemplary journalists setting up a news channel where we can even call it verified, so that abantu besu twabikana ku DSTV na Pago TV abantu besu ngabalepo kumfwa shinka epo baya baya pene pando ababantu trevo mbana bena bakali kuri propaganda. So we need a very strong news channel which is going to counter this propaganda, which they are very good at. And the other thing, Vamamba, is that right now it's Arona Chisumi no Kuvati Aba Babu Fi. So it's Arona Chenda Pamo. The Rona Tumfabuno San, even now I'm driving. And Peter Patoget. So Toget and Sanga Pomul Mendom. Quite like about 50. Ajra Kunkana. Then he Papusi Patoget the patch moment. Kurife moment. So that's some if you go at don't buy my number this man should have better wake up. If you from Lerandi, if you need to go to complain and suggest that we need this and this and this. He gave out very good reasons. And then to follow up the matter, until a boss was going to me, to a better Zambia. So a better Zambia won't have a sumina. So what we need is now unity in the opposition. Everyone, Don Oscar. They are all saying that let the opposition unite. Let the opposition unite.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. Let's wind down. I'll take the last 5 phone calls and then we wind our program. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Machina Emmanuel, make your contributions.
Thank you so much, sir. The only thing that is that I'm 28 years, but I've never seen what is happening in our country, whereby we don't know where we are going. Or even us, we don't know if we can join politics or not. To my surprise is that how come as a father, then the bad part is that abantu bonse abaligano muntu kwetobufi na bena bonse kula bepera kofi. What is that? People are dying nearly every day. Trikana life. We even don't know where we are going. Because Ubufi, it's every day. Then abantu ukita defend Ifta Filippo. My contribution is that Bamashina, you are like a father to me because I'm 28. So the only advice that I can give you as a son is that otherwise we don't have hope. As for me to tell you the truth, I supported this government. I was attacked by the PF, but today I regret a lot. I'm telling you the truth, because the last time I'm telling you, I was after the time that I was attacked in 2021, I was called by Mrs. Zulu. More face Barusaka DC. What she told me even today, Jaku Papa. Anyway, I can't share so many things, but the only thing that I can tell you is that then we will see that things will change. If it was in fact a president, no so will do it. And I believe that God is watching and God is still at the throne. He knows everything what is happening. I was telling one person to say, we are not blaming the president, but the fact is that since ECL is late, ulipoena ngatakwete mutumuli wonse kuti akwata koluse uwakulanga kwati okikashumna ndo nshari mufwana nankwe kashiteferi mbi pretend kuti nshari mufwana nankwe kuti even namumva monse people are still pretending, are still showing hatred. Where are we going?
Thank you, my dear brother.
Thank you so much for the program.
Fingi sana if you're Alanda. Fingi sana if you're Alanda. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You are many people that have supported the UPND have said they are harmful to our country. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
This is Munkonge again.
Oba Munkonge mwabwela emkwai.
Yes, because I'm not clear about that caller who was encouraging you to first to be on leave. How can you tell somebody who is fighting for the Zambian people? Because I don't know to his own understanding. Because you are not fighting for PF. You are standing for the Zambian people. You are not fighting for your own interest, but for the Zambian people. That's why you have even stand up and come up with this program. So to me, it's not clear. I'm not sitting well to that man, because those people, sometimes we have to be careful, because your stance is loud and clear. Somebody cannot advise you first to go. Why are you going? Because to come up, you have the heart for the Zambian people. Now he's encouraging you first to be on leave. Me, I'm not okay with that advice. Because
thank you.
You can find yourself in the AI.
Yeah.
So, you know.
No. I think what the caller meant is not exactly that I should go and leave now. I'll explain later. But let's take the other course quickly. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
I'm coming from Sharumbule.
Kwaiba anonymous London pona imwe.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say, Ndeta Shasana, Paliba HH, if you balangisha vena Zambia, because to aleva. To aleva what Vamutu Rifuva. In the Quatano Nandi, Monshirumburwa. He almost even unfriend me. We are even almost 14 Garengu for Pomunanji is you stand as the key witness. You will say, no, boy, you guys, so what then be a stiff. So what way? Me, I'm into my lending business. I know how if you think bomba. How to Muntaka say that Joe Dolaka was a sharp pass, Waka with sharp pass. It's not possible. Also, if you are Naka with Shego Tengo. Joe Yalimuri, if I'm not mistaken, Jesus Yalim 15. The petrol, if I'm not mistaken, is supposed to be 17 or I don't know. What's a Bagacha? So now, relation, Bakunda directing that you are away the Mulishinga. Only 12 kwacha. Do you know how many kwacha alafu nyako now? Calculate how many kwacha alafu nyako times maybe 10,000 liters a day or 5,000 liters a day. Ile panganishinga. Do you think that such amount you want to just have from a day? Okay, fine. Now the same people are complaining. Whoever voted PF out because of capitalism, maybe I can give them a credit, but whoever voted PF out because of the economy is not good, Hakainde that is not wise. Also, abale complain apali ba HH baleteka ba HH balife wino. Mure mfasa.
Emkwai tule umfwa.
Hello.
Tule umfwa. Wind up quickly.
Hello.
Oh, we've lost him. I'm taking the last cause. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Anonymous.
Just a quick.
Thank you very much. Make your contributions.
It's just a quick one regarding Ababa Chalan that Mubekopa leave for 2 years. awe vena vokwena vatweleleko, I don't think it means well, and I would say muchenjele na vena na tashamkwai.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We're taking the last calls, and I've done 3, so the last 2 calls, and we call it a day for today. And thank you for your contributions. Let me take the last 2 calls. Yeah, hello. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Yeah, anonymous.
Yes, anonymous.
Yes. Yeah, look at it to get sugar. Yeah, so yes, so what I was trying to say is this. Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, muleke kumcomplain at take away. Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, if you take that was his mission. Mr. Mwamba, paso mwile ku radio ko kuntumule pangiro. Purpose mkwete yanshi is to deliver the good information to the people and so forth. So, if purpose yawa HH yali yakuwatinga na abapo, I need to make sure that I mute all the money. 1 point. Second point, I need to make sure that everyone stands on my way. I imprison. I make sure that everyone should go to prison. So, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, what the purpose of that? Therefore, when we can, I swear upon my living God, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema can rule this nation in such a way that he wants to make it. But purpose, that's the most important. His purpose is to make sure that Anonga 1. 2, akaka na bonzi bali bonzi bali wali tasasika tyo abashanja bonzi bali mwe bakwati tekefyo le kidonzi kuba kaka bonzi kuba kaka. That is his mission. So kumuna kwandini Hakainde Hichilema ni mission yo bakwata. It's not that he has failed. To rule a nation it's easy. Look at that boy that boy na Imubasa. Look at that boy Traore. Traore's mission is to make sure that abantu bakomubusha. No wonder he's working fine. Because his mission, what is his mission? So Hakainde Hichilema, his mission is to make sure that mwonze mwamba mwabutuka muchalo muno. Bonze mwakakwa. As long as you ni PF kukaka. As long as you are opposing him kukakwa. As a result, they saw that shari area yeka. Rampera for example, mama nefia wembwa. Imbwa ngale yefia kulia. Imbwa ile yesa koira kuipepeka yayoko. Yayoko. Yashara ile ya mwiro.
So na wale bulma pantu aledi alefo kulia yeka.
So is to make sure that utamja uli onse ulefwa yokusali yako palia. Onse ulemwa no le kesi wali asana iwe. Kumpepeka bambaya kutali bambya basumaula just like that. So as a result, by HH, he can't do better because his mission is to make sure that that's what I wanted to say, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my dear brother. So I'll take the last call. Thank you very much. I'll take the last one call and we call it a day. Thank you for your contribution. We want to Wakwalesa and thank you for the support you are giving this program. We've lined up another number of opposition leaders next week for you to interact with them and see their purpose as we bring them together. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Just a few minutes. Vamwamba, you are the key and we know what we want. 2026 mlevwera and lesangali pala timkesa wabakateka mkawa wabakateka. Pali inonjita chen tuvombele chapamu tufumiepo abantu. Then abantu nga baba free abantu balemona. You are a leader, equally myself. Mufoni mumi and I saved you as president. Meaningless. Gayako anenshita. Ikawa filofile. Pali inonjita. Awa nima distractor. Balefu ati I program muleke then pavetondo. So that's what I wanted to say. Nili ashifio na ipitayo, but still let us be focused.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That was my last caller For all those that are calling after this, I apologize. There's this call that has been persistent. Let me just see if it could be our last caller. Hello, caller, please, you're our last caller. Make your contributions and then we call it a day.
Good evening, Ambassador.
Good evening.
It is a pleasure having you as a country Zambian. Sir, you are a very good man and you are doing a very great job for this country.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Pamambana, I like the way you are. Pamambana, Muntu, Mbisho, what is not PF or A, no, don't say at my phone to him. And you are very much composed. Someone is going against what you are saying. Emotional. That is leadership. But against them. I feel to say what you are saying is wrong, even though I'm going to have a reason. Therefore, I will come for and do a treating and a bed. Then you will call watch to watch them at Mumble Parifa. Because I can assure you to say, at the moment, and someone cannot say you should disassociate yourself with PF. How do you disassociate yourself with PF? Because you are part of the leadership of PF. And even if PF has to come into government or don't alliance, we need people like you to be beside the leadership because you are able to advise. You are experienced. You have worked in the civil service. You have been a diplomat before. Then why should we lose people like you? You go and leave when we need people like you in leadership. I think that advice it is coming from the UPND because the UPND they are very under pressure from you. Because bamwambanga kwali omuntu olete fishinga mu kyalo nimwe bamwambanga mwalanda pachinto mulapera na evidence to say chinto cho ndela evidence but why do people allow want to counter you cannot bring the opposite to say they don't do that. Every time when you talk about something you even bring the evidence to say this is what I'm talking about and this is what happened. But these people who are opposing, you cannot bring the opposite. That's why, at the moment, you continue speaking for the Zambian people. Zambian people rely on you, and that is the leadership that we want. Because I know, next government is, you have to be part of that government. Whether in a very senior position, because what you are doing to the country, the leadership that you are providing for this country, it's extremely better than anyone else. I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear brother.
You are going to be the president.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Zephania Mwantu Akwalisa. Thank you very much for all the calls, and the calls keep on coming. We are done for today. The Lord has blessed us. We were supposed to have Honorable Given Lubinda, acting president of the Patriotic Front and Tonse Alliance chairperson. He was unable to make it, but we thank God that we gave ourselves another opportunity to discuss and discuss the state of our economy. God bless you. Until tomorrow, shalom, shalom.
Lero bwacha bakamba mu kyalo ky'esu kya Zambia ekyaweka Njoy. Abantu baafo bakamba kule mu nfumbwe. More than 20 people balebe pati ni babiri. Bagamba. Fish to Arufyanya. People have died. Mumino Yabakapakola. The police killing people. Why? In the same government, Bagamba, abductions have happened. Bagamba, if you're not with them, it's either you're dead or you're in prison. This government, you're quite a big man. Fish to Arufyanya Bakubika office. Fish to Arufyanya. Why me? Missing. Achani Rubamwaicho and Dizona. Where is Waimi? HH, tell us with your government, where is Waimi? Give us Waimi. Justice for Waimi, big man. Wachilamo HH. Wala tupisha benga kutupisha magamba. Katwale kyokulanda big man. Oh, you think? Maana watata. Sambe tuwasevana. Magamba. Wanesa tuwapweni. Mujana Jesu. It's ya Zambia. Tuamona mwempwa. Bagao. Tuamona mwempwa. Nama objections bagao. Muteko toaleta Wadulete lama Amazala mush No you can take Kola ipompa tudeka No you can take Apa nomba bade Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wakuvota bade Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wakufuatika Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wakufuatika fuatika Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wenyu daya kwa kwe Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Aikona mani Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Idaya kwa kwe Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Nakuyati kwenyu Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Mayona batata Mayona batata Bayuthi Tentwisuli amenso Tentwisuli amenso Batusendela nomba batwipaila na hope Yesu Endika chagwa lungu watubela tinani kwa plan B Nomba tuwadishiba plan B aba mmino ya kualesa Bantu banga abala fa mucharo chesu cha Zambia Nibanga bantu abala ababducted mucharo chesu cha Zambia Bambire kuli jeje banda Nibanga bantu abala ba prison Abena chitotela chilangwa Wote baba prison netunguru shina shimpi na shimpi Muli one government ya kwa HH Abantu na bapa mweleza Aikata nomba baikata na kurietika chakwa lungu watukwatile plan B Apa kubo vya vyo mufulo big man Mufulo pa mufulo Vinabina manzetela etika chakwa lungu Apa nomba bade Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wakuvota bade Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wakufuatika Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wakufuatika fuatika Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wenyu daya kwa kwe Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Aikona mani Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Idaya kwa kwe Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Nakuyati kwenyu Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo HH does not mean well for Mother Zambia. Zambia to Asebana, this is not the Mother Zambia that we were left with by our ancestors, our forefathers who fought so hard to liberate us. Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, Nalumino Mundia, Mama Julia Chikamoneka, Simon Mwansaka Pwepwe, they fought so hard to put this country on the map, to put this country where it is today. No man would destroy this country because we believe in unity. Bamayana batata bapunda to one Zambia, one nation, and we shall together we will change, and we are going to change this government. My name is Blaze Zambia.
Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again. Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again.